we're inviting Ms. Sara Al-Mousى, the Marketing Director of Al-Mousى Specialist Hospital. Sara is an experienced in both online and offline advertising, promotions, events, and campaigns. She focuses in creating a unique, reliable, and high-quality content. She manages community service projects that add a real value to the community as part of Al-Mousă's strategic priorities. She's a member of the hospital's board of directors. She's a great advocate for improving Al-Mousă's patient experience, which is so related to our conference. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Ms. Sara Al-Mousى.
Happy to have you all here. What a wonderful audience. It's amazing how many people interested in the patient experience. Welcome to our first patient experience conference. I hope you enjoy our conference, and we hope that we are meeting our expectations so far. I believe that everything happens for a reason, even the bad things, even the small things. Sometimes we underestimate the power of small acts. Smile, a caring touch, an honest compliment, maybe a thank you word. We have a quote from Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, الكلمة الطيبة صدقة. The good word is a charity. Smiling at your brother's face is a charity. تبسمك في وجه أخيك المسلم صدقة. You never know what light you might spark in people's life just by your kindness and by making an example for others. Today I'm here to tell you my story of hope. I was 12 years old teenager. I had a wonderful childhood, amazing childhood with my other 3 sisters and 5 brothers. We're a huge family. It was late 80s and early 90s. You can tell from the terrible fashion that you see. Everything was going well with me until one day I woke up and find my leg looking like this. Huge bruises in my leg. My parents were terrified. I was confused. I did not know what happened to my leg. My family were terrified. The only explanation that my mother had that I had an evil eye when I went to my cousin's wedding and put makeup for the first time. I looked like a clown actually, but you know mothers. عين صابتني. I remember my grandmother asking me, Sarah, what happened to your leg? I was confused. The only answer that came to my mind that Malik, my brother, hit me with a ball. Sorry, Malik. You can imagine the feel of guilt that Malik was having. So I was involved in too many tests and trials and x-rays, in different hospitals, different clinics with different physicians. They put my leg in a cast, which was kind of cool, having everyone sign on it. There was a huge lack in healthcare in Al-Hassa, in our city. There was only 2 government hospitals, a few clinics scattered here and there. So we have to travel to another city, to Riyadh, to have an appointment to the doctor. No orthopedic specialists at all in our city. I remember the long and boring train trip with my dad going to Riyadh back and forth. I remember the anxiety and fear that my mother had in the waiting rooms, waiting for the appointment. I remember the anger in my dad's face when he realized that the doctor wanted to make advantage of my case and take his percentage. Let me tell you a little bit about my dad. It's hard to describe him in a few words, but I will try. He's a tremendous leader. He's a visionary man. He has a caring and loving personality with a huge heart. He can fit everyone in. He's not an advice giver, but he modeled all the great values that I believe in my life by living them in his daily routine. He's a role model, not only for me, but for his community. So we were lost actually between the clash of medical titles to figure out who was right about what was wrong with my leg. The final diagnosis that they gave us, it was a tumor, and the only solution is to amputate the leg. So it was shocking news for my parents, for my family. My father did not accept it. He kept looking and looking for another opinion. He contacted so many friends, he consulted his friend. He has a friend in Boston. He told him, come to the Boston Children's Hospital. We have the #1 ranked orthopedic center in the whole world. So we went there, Children's Boston Hospital. After a couple of tests, CTs, MRIs, and after taking a biopsy of my leg, the diagnosis was there. I had non-ossifying fibroma. I hope I'm spelling it right. It was a disorder in the tissue of the bone. It can cause abnormality in producing the tissue of bone. It's very common in children between 10 to 15 years, with a percentage between 30 to 40%. Aside from the right clinical diagnosis that I had in Boston Children's Hospital, I'm going to tell you about my experience, my memories as a child in Boston Children's Hospital. I remember watching Aladdin while I'm taking my CT scan. I remember a group of clowns roaming around the patient just to calm them down. I remember piano stairs, and the most important thing that I remember was the people. Everyone was passionate about the thing that they're doing. Everyone does everything they can to make me and my family feel better. Starting from the nurses, physicians, housekeeping, receptionists, everyone was kind, and they do everything they can do to make us feel better. Especially my orthopedic consultant, Dr. Mark Gebhardt. His empathy inspired my father to come back to Al-Hasa and open Al-Mousى Specialist Hospital. My father came back with a dream to change the healthcare map in Al-Hasa. The lights that guided my father to open Al-Mousى Specialist Hospital sparked there in Boston, maybe in Dr. Mark clinic, maybe after his call to tell my father that your daughter is okay. You don't have to amputate your leg's daughter. She's fine now. So my father came back and made his dream come true. He opened Al-Mousى Specialist Hospital. It was opened in 1996 with 30 beds only. And the dream keeps getting bigger and bigger. We are now 240 beds, multi-specialty hospital. We are still learning from our journey, from our patients, from our staff, from our mistakes, and we never stop learning. We are committed in patient-centered care, starting from our mission statement, from our strategic priority. We have the patient experience in our strategic priority. We are proud to have respected accreditation from around the world, JCI, Sebahi, and HACCP and CAP accreditation. And recently we got the golden designated from Planetary that we are really proud of, after we have a silver designated for 3 years. That was us in the designation in 2015. And this is last week in Baltimore, as Mrs. Susan mentioned. I'm going to take you in a quick tour about the Planetary component and the initiatives that we made in our hospital to implement the components of the Planetary. For the sake of time, I will go quick. I want to invite you to visit our Planetary exhibition there at the back. It has everything about the initiatives, about the Planetary, and everything that we have done. I'm going to go through the pictures quickly. This is the communication boards inside the patient room. Naming the department after the patient name. This is under the communication and human interaction. Leadership rounds. Birthday for the patient, birthday for the staff. CEO lunch with the CEO. Staff recognition every 3 months of the quarter. And this is retreat. We have so much fun having retreats with our staff. We try to be creative each time. Family, friends, and social support. Involvement of family and friends. We know how important is the family to reduce the anxiety and fear for the patient. This is our beloved Patient and Family Advisory Council. I would like to thank them. They're really active. They help us in so many projects. Those are the list of some projects that the PFAC help us. Designing some new departments, naming the departments. They did a mystery shopper for us. They gave us really detailed reports, and they are with us today. Thank you for coming. Patient education, access to information. We try to educate our patient in every way that we can, through videos, through printed materials, through our social media, our websites. We have also the newsletter, the screens inside the hallways and in the elevators. We have our magazines. We all know that nutrition and food is really important for the healing, especially if you are sick. So we developed a menu, an international menu, to give choices for the patients. Architecture and design. The healing environment, most of our rooms are private to reduce the infection rates. We try to make the hospital more like home feeling. We use material that is give warm and like more home feeling. Our designers can talk about it later. I will go in quick. Hardwood flooring and green plants and everything. So this is our one of the projects before and after the dialysis and the ICU. You can see the difference. Desterilized nursing stations to reduce also the noise. Arts and entertainments. We try to integrate the arts in our treatments. We have a collaboration with the Association of Art and Culture, and it was really successful. We have local artists providing us with artworks, and the patient can see them around the hospital. This is one of their works. Spirituality, of course, we have the mosque, we have the Quran inside the room. We now understand the importance of the human touch. We activated the code lavender for stress. Complemented therapy such as massage and aromatherapy. Healthy community partnership with the community. We consider ourselves as not only a hospital, but a community supporting organization, starting from our logo to participating to the awareness campaigns. I'm gonna go quick for the sake of time only. So this is a marathon we conducted 2 years before. We try to encourage our staff to use the stairs more and more. And we make a contest, every step counts. So the journey never ends. We will continue to expand more and more. This is one of our future plans. It's designed by the HKS, and it will add 200 more beds to our hospital with 4 Center of Excellence, bariatric, orthopedic, and neurosurgery. It will be a state-of-the-art hospital, inshallah. It designed, integrated the concept of the Planetary in the healing environment. Also, we have the rehab and long-term care. This is one of our future projects that we are working on now. After a quick tour about الموسى and about our future plans, remember at the beginning that I told you never underestimate the small things. You never know what is the light that you will spark in others' life. Can you imagine that we contacted Dr. Mark after 25 years from our trip to Boston? We sent him an email, and it took him a while to reply, this is a real thing or if it's a spam email. So he replied, and Dr. Mark already with us today. And we named the orthopedic department after Dr. Mark Gebhardt as an honor for him. Dr. Mark, please come to the stage.